In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a really cool blended effect with your colored pencils and faux calligraphy. Hi, my name is Shelly Hitz. I'm an artist and an illustrator, and I love teaching others. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how to create this piece. I'm just using one word, unity. And so what I like to do first is I like to create a little thumbnail sketch. And so I just took a small piece of paper and a pencil. I sketched out my design and kind of how I wanted my flourishes. That way I would know kind of going into the piece what I wanted to do, and it wouldn't take as much erasing on my original paper. So I've already sketched out the word in pencil, and I've added in the extra weight here, which is called faux calligraphy. So if you're not sure what faux calligraphy is, or you want to learn more, I have a class on Skillshare, and you can actually get access to the class for free by going to shellyhitz.com/hope, and you can learn every letter of the alphabet, and it's a really good way to learn lettering with any type of tool. You don't have to have a brush pen. You can actually just use pencil, pen, colored pencil, whatever you have on hand, markers. It's a great way to do it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lightest color. So I have this color scheme here, and it goes from yellow to orange red to red, and then this is mahogany. These are just simply the cheaper Crayola colored pencils. They're just what I have right now. I may get some different ones later. And then you're just going to take this lighter color and you're going to color in the downstroke. So what we're doing here is we're just adding in the lightest color to have a background for the blending. And then we're going to come in with our other colors and really add some blending to it. This can be very therapeutic, just to color in and blend your colors, and you can just do this while you're praying. You can do it just allowing your mind to relax. And so I have my base color there. Now I'm going to add, just in the middle of that, I'm going to add some of this orange. And I'm not really worrying about too much about the blending just yet, because I'm going to be getting into that later. So I'm going to do on both sides some blending. But you can do whatever you want. If you want to just do an ombre effect, you can just do one side, and that's really fun as well. Speaking of Crayola, I have an entire class on Skillshare as well on using your Crayola markers for brush lettering, but also how you can use them for like watercolor lettering, watercolor paint, and all sorts of different things you can do with them. I'm going to take the next color and kind of do the next phase of this. And you can see this could take a while if you have a longer word. Could take a little bit longer time to do this, but it's just a really fun process. And you can use as many colors as you want. If you just want to use a couple colors, if that's all you have, or that's what you want to use for that particular piece, go for that. If you want to use more colors, you can do that as well. I don't have a ton of colored pencils at this point. I may invest in more at another time. So I'm just using what I have on hand, and I didn't have a ton of colors in other color schemes, but I had quite a few in this one. So I decided to use this color scheme. So now I'm going to take the next color and bring it down in. You can see how it's already starting to get that blended effect on the edges. We'll come back in to really make it better in the middle once we get this all colored in. And I actually, on my iPad Pro, you can get different brushes, and I actually purchased a brush that makes it look like a colored pencil. So you might even be able to do something like this on your iPad if you have one. What I did was I just downloaded some craft paper like what I have here and images, imported it into Procreate and did it there. So if you don't have the iPad, don't worry about it. We're just using very simple supplies right now. I'm just going to come back in and kind of blend in this orange to the yellow a little bit more. Just make it kind of blend a little bit smoother. This is even a technique you could use just on coloring pages. Even if you don't have your own lettering design, you could use like a coloring page design and do this blending effect with your colored pencils. I think that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead just one more time, come back over with the yellow. I'm not sure if this will erase. One thing I did notice was that pencil mark underneath was still showing up. So that's something to be aware of when you're starting out, is to make your pencil lines really light, or to really just make sure you erase anything that might be underneath your color pencil. All right, so I'm not gonna worry about it at this point. Now I'm gonna take this darker, this is the darkest, the mahogany, and I'm gonna go ahead and connect all of the lines. And also write out the flourishes. So when I do my flourishes, I like to move the paper around so that I can really get a good feel on how they're going to go, and I can feel in control of that movement. But you can do whatever works best for you. And don't forget to dot your I's. All right, it's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna take this darker color on the edges a little bit. Fill in just a little bit more. And you can kind of do it as long as, or as, you know, much as you feel like you need to really get the look that you're going for. I'm going to go ahead and make these lines with the flourishes just a little bit thicker, because then I'm going to outline everything in white. And so I just want to make sure everything is going to look okay. So this is really pretty just the way it is, and has a really pretty look. But now I'm going to go ahead and outline it with my white Jelly Roll pen from Sakura. And so this is just going to help it to really pop out and give it a little bit more highlight. It's kind of like a highlight, you know, versus a shadow. And again, I'm going to kind of be moving my paper around a little bit. Once I was done with the white outline, I just kind of went back over it as much as I wanted, and I also just used some colored pencil to fill in a few spots. But that is the process of how to create this blending effect and be able to really have it pop. So, you can just use this craft brown paper with your colored pencils and then outline it with a white gel pen. Again, this is Shelly Hits. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram at Color My World Beautiful, where I share daily inspiration and mini tutorials.